I was lucky enough to walk the site back in 2019, and back then, it was desolate, empty. There were parked trucks and chassis there, but I have noticed in driving past it lately, there's a lot more activity there. I'm wondering, what am I seeing right there versus 2019? Why does it look so busy today versus back then?
You're correct. So Howard Terminal during normal times would be simply parking a few trucks and a whole lot of containers sitting on a chassis, single level storage. That's during normal times. Right now, we're temporarily using Howard Terminal to store more empty container boxes. Why? Because right now there's shortage of labor due to the pandemic effects, and also a lot of stores have over inventoried themselves. So there's not enough distribution center space out there to actually move those containers off the port property to be distributed. So essentially what a lot of cargo owners are doing is using the Port of Oakland as a storage space while they're trying to figure out how to move those boxes off the port. Obviously, that's not an ideal use of port land.
Right.
We don't want boxes to stay at the port. We want them to move off as soon as possible so we can get more containers in. So the Howard Terminal is being used as a relief valve for some of those empty containers to sit at Howard Terminal while the pandemic effects of congestion is figured out. We suspect that by the end of the year, that will be figured out, and those containers will be moving off of Howard Terminal.
I understand why the shipping industry would want that luxury of land that's just sitting there close to where the ships berth and everything. But is there another option, Danny, for if they need this essential parking space? Can this parking space be relocated somewhere else, like somewhere that's not as valuable as Howard Terminal?
Well, absolutely. We're talking about waterfront property right near the city center of Oakland, where there's lack of waterfront access to our residents and businesses. So this land to be used as an empty container storage space is certainly not the most ideal use. And number two, as I said, that need for parking for containers is only temporary.
Yeah.
As the pandemic congestion gets figured out, as inventory even out, those containers will be moving off the port onto inland destinations. And even if there is still need, that we're going to need to have technology and mechanisms to make sure that we use the rest of the port's land much more efficiently than it is being used today. So there's plenty of capacity at the port and off the port for those kind of storage uses that are currently used at Howard Terminal.